All right, y'all. So Ja's new celebration. I know you've seen it. It looks like a grenade toss into the crowd celebration after big shots and whatnot to combat the doop doop doops. Anybody with eyes can see that this man is throwing a grenade. You know, Ja is saying that, no, this is not what I'm doing. This is Ja basically talking about his new celebration. He's basically letting people know, hey, I'm not throwing a grenade. This is what it is. You know, it's not what you think it is. I'm taking my words. He's taking his words and he's throwing it out there. He's speaking Ja. He's being Ja. I'm going to take my words and I'm going to throw them out there and I'm going to block out the noise. You know, he's throwing a grenade and he's covering his ears so that he can't hear the boom. But no, he's actually taking his words. He's throwing it out there to y'all haters. I'm talking to you. He's throwing them out there and then he's covering his ears so that he can't hear all the noise. That's what he's doing. So if you see him doing that, that's what he's doing. I'm going to say what I got to say to the world. And I'm blocking out the noise in the midst of what's coming back my way. And that's how it's going to be. Now, you can believe that if you want to. And maybe this is true. I'm not going to necessarily say that Ja is not meaning what he's saying. I'm saying that the things that we have seen over the last few seasons doesn't necessarily paint his character in the greatest of lights. I'm not hating the young man on it. I'm just saying his decision making has been a little iffy. You can say whatever you want to say about the gun celebration. You can say, well, everybody does it. Ja's not the only one that does it, but it seems like the league is picking on Ja. Why do you think that is the case? Let's bring some common sense into this real quick. Ja is the only one that I'm aware of anybody that I've seen do the gun celebration, whether it's Brandon Pajemski or Buddy Hield, or I believe those, I want to say I've seen them at least do it, and it's probably been some more, I'm sure. He's the only one of all those guys that has a situation off the court with guns. He didn't commit a crime. No, he didn't commit a crime. But it's not about committing the crime. It's all about the image. You got the best player on one of the NBA's emerging teams over the last few seasons. Memphis is relevant because of Ja. Eventually, the Steph Currys, the LeBron James, the Kevin Durant's, those guys are going to be out the league. The NBA is going to need another face for the future. I think they're really pushing Ant Edwards now, but before that, it was supposed to be Ja. Ja was the guy. He was pegged to be the guy, the next guy. He's so influential. The kids love his image. He got the dreads, shaking his dreads. You can relate to him. He's not a 7'5" wimpy. Very relatable to the average NBA fan, especially to the kids. Most of these youngins, they look like Ja. You know, he's kind of, the picture, the image of what you would think of a YN. But he can't be a YN. You can't be a YN, dog. You can't. You are $100 million superstar. You got these corporations that are willing to put a bunch of money behind you. You have to, there's a certain image that you have to portray and you have to follow. You can call it conformity, whatever you want to call it. It's not even about that. It's just about being professional. And if you're in the club with your shirt off and chains hanging, flashing a pistol in the club, that's not a good image for the league. It's not a good image for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's not a good image for Ja. That seems like that's something that he would want to distance himself from. Regardless of if he grew up in the hood, grew up in the suburbs, grew up around that situation, you are now in the big leagues. That, if that was a part of your life, it has to be the past. It can't be, you can't continue with that because it's going to follow you around, and that's what's happening. If he's being picked on, this is the reason why he's being picked on, because of the image that he is portrayed, the image that he's put upon himself. The NBA hadn't done this. If Ja never had an issue where he flashed a pistol on Instagram Live or whatever the case may be, we wouldn't be talking about any of this. It wouldn't be a big deal. The gun celebrations, all of that stuff, it wouldn't be a big deal. I mean, this is somebody who said that, oh, well, I'm seeking help. I need some therapy or whatever. And then fast forward, you still out on the court, you're doing gun celebrations. Damn whoever else is doing it. We're not talking about them. You can't put Ja in that same box as everybody else, because everybody else is not flashing guns on Instagram Live. They don't have a gun situation. I mean, it caused him to get suspended. That's why. He has a history. There's a history there. And I mean, I've even seen other people speak on it and just kind of downplay it.
It's not a good look for him because of the clouded area around him. But you can't penalize him for that, because at the end of the day, he didn't do anything wrong. What he did is not illegal. It's not part of the NBA's policy that he can't hold guns or have guns or show guns.
When you're downplaying situations like this and you're not holding him accountable for his actions, and you just kind of basically making it seem like, oh, well, they're picking on you when everybody else is doing it and there's no reason for them to do so, then you're not holding him accountable. And also, Ja, compared to all of the other ones that's doing it, Ja's a superstar. You're going to be held to a different standard. It's kind of like the same argument when I see people talk about LeBron and they compare LeBron to other guys and say, oh, well, you talk about LeBron in this way, but you don't talk about these other guys this way. Well, it's because LeBron, in many people's eyes, is the GOAT. And these other people that you might be talking about, they're not even nowhere in the GOAT conversation, nowhere close, not even top 25. So you can't put them two together. Ja compared to Buddy Hield or whomever else, Brandon Pajimski or whomever else may be doing the gun celebrations, Ja's a superstar. So he has to act like one. Has a certain image. Now, if he says that, oh yeah, I don't want to be the face of the league, I don't want any of that, I just want to go out there and hoop, hey, it is what it is. But you're limiting yourself when you do that. And I'm speaking from a member of the community that Ja is also a member of. It's not a flex to go out and try to put on this image like you are, street and you this and you that. Not especially when you are in the NBA. You are in the National Basketball Association, brother. There's no struggle about you right now. Even if that was your past, leave it there. It's okay to leave the past in the past. That's why they call it that, the past. But I also thought about this in the sense of maybe this is just all an elaborate scheme for Ja to have the visibility because they say all publicity is good publicity. He could very well just be trolling the league. Since you want to come at me for doing the gun celebrations, just everybody else is doing it. I know I got the situation going on, whatever. Okay, cool. I'll stop doing that. I'll do something else. We know good and damn well he's throwing a grenade in the crowd. But the thing is, just do it on the road. Don't do it at home. You blowing up your fans. It could very well be trolling the league. I don't know at this point. All this is a soap opera. Let me know what you think about this situation in the comments below. I have no idea what his mental is when he says that I'm just throwing my words out there because what words? He hadn't really said a whole lot other than I need therapy. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button on your way out. See you on the next one.